I was kind of mistaken for a worker there. Me and my friend, we were there. We were given workers passes, and up until this point, like I've done hostings for companies, and I have connections to where that if I'm meeting a public figure, I can give them a name to where it's going to legitimize my presence in front of them right now. So when I originally saw Armani White, I was working with this company called Fuel by Culture, which they have an article on Forbes right now. So I was able to use that. Nowadays, I use my World Star leverage because my family actually owns World Star, so I use that leverage.
Cool.
And but at Fool's
now, yeah. So the Fool's Gold Day. So that's interesting. So you and your friends, you go there, you get there early, you have your camera in hand, and someone's just like, "Hey, you, okay, get over here. You're gonna do this," and you just go for it and just go ahead and do it.
So actually, it wasn't
that how
that. It was like I had my camera out. They were doing sound checks. The artists were doing sound checks, and I just started recording stuff because wherever I go, I'm trying to get content, and I use it for my platforms. Like most times when I step out the house, I'm stepping out the house to get some content. So I had my camera there, and I was shooting video and sound checks, and then security asked me, my friend, if you're working, and we said yeah, and then so we got these wristbands, and then I talked to Armani White. And I talked to Tease Korean, and Tease Korean told me that I'd asked him for an interview, and he said he would be down for the interview. But he wanted to go home and change, or go to the hotel and change, which was fine. And then I interviewed Armani White, and we were in like the VIP. We were in the VIP section, and then after the interview, me and my friend just stayed there. And then later on down the line, they tried to like kick us out, or whatever, but at that point, I already had a co-sign from Tease Korean to be there. So I eventually, my friends, I was able to get us all press passes because I talked to Tease Korean and he said that we could interview him. So that I wasn't lying whenever I told somebody that. So we got the press passes, and then we eventually were able to interview Tease Korean. And then from that point, I was on the stage doing videography at the festival. And it's like that was one of the turning points. And now at that point, now I have on my resume that I did videography at Fool's Gold, and I just leveraged that to every other venue that I went to, or wherever else I wanted to go to. I just keep using whatever leverage that I did, or like I was able to do videography at Apollo Theater for iHeartMedia and the Young Thug and SOBs. I did videography there. It's just leverage.
Yeah, that SOBs is an iconic place. I've actually been there numerous amounts of times. I had a guy I dated. He was Danish, but he was Rastafarian, and he had a ska reggae group, and they were known as Skadanks, and they would perform at SOBs a few times. And I like your style. I recall when I was in my young 20s living in New York City, I got into club promotions, so I understand the hustle that you're doing. I was driven back then to want to succeed, and I noticed I put myself in certain situations to make opportunities happen. So all of this that you're doing currently, what do you foresee down the road for yourself that what you're going to become, or what is it you're trying to do with all of the content, and each thing coincides with each other, from videography to interviewing to having all of this content? Do you see yourself like you have a broadcast network? You call it Taylor Elajahs Broadcast Network. Are you trying to get this to where you have a channel, a television channel, like how Diddy has Revolt? What do you foresee that happening with you, hon?
So I have a couple different ways that I can really take this, and one of them is kind of in motion right now, so I don't really want to go too in depth on that one, but the overall goal is to have my own production company, and whatever that can come into fruition as in terms of a location, whether that be TV or what I'm currently in process of right now. I want to have just long running content, because to me, content really drives up, or free content really drives up. So that's why I'm not even like fully pressed for TV, because me as a person of my age, I don't watch TV. So it's like, if I got on TV, would I even watch myself? Because I don't watch TV. So, I'm definitely looking for.
So you have to watch yourself. Like, you got to watch yourself. Like that.
I watch myself.
Okay. All right. So, do you know any TV personalities or actors in New York City currently? Are you working with anyone that you care to share, or is that an area that you're still working towards doing?
So with I'm not partnered with any particular public figure, but I've made content with at this point a numerous amount of public figures, and what my thing is too, I like to own my content, so I'm not really particularly pressed in collaborating if it's not a legitimate collaboration. I don't want to work for somebody or something, and an opportunity hasn't come towards. I'm working with.
And you don't. Okay. And would you work on a show yourself, like maybe a non-speaking role, background extra, just to get on the show? Like, have you ever considered doing any of that stuff, or no?
I've been an extra in a couple of shows, but it didn't do it for me. It just didn't do it for me. That's not what really gave me joy. My mom put in my head as a young kid to just do what you love, and it'll never feel like work. And
right.
When I see something that I really enjoy doing, I chase it, and I continue to do it because I enjoy it. Like interviews, I really enjoy doing, and just improv work in general. I can come up with stuff off the top of my head just very easily, and I enjoy that. I enjoy after an interview, somebody tells me that was the most fun interview they've ever had. Those are the type of things that I enjoy. I don't just to say I was on something, to be like an extra or have a non-speaking role, that doesn't really I would get a nice little check after, but that wouldn't fulfill me. I'm looking for in life, fulfillment and enjoyment, and to say that I really loved what I did with my life, and I spent my time the way I wanted to spend my time. So, and I feel like I've gotten this far, doing what I wanted to do.
So that right there is the answer that solves it all. Like, you are a person that is driven to make yourself a household name in your own way. I admire that. I wanted to ask about World Star. So you said your family owns World Star. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
So my uncle currently works at World Star, and my family member is Q, the originator of World Star. So he's no longer with us right now, but he made World Star, and truthfully, I was never in super contact with him like that, but I've recently gotten more in contact with some other family members that work there. So that's how I've been building that connection recently.
World Star is very out there when it comes to the type of content that they put out, and it's been successful for years. Like, everybody who's anybody, they scream out World Star when it comes to anything ratchet. You see a fist fight in the street or whatever it is, I noticed that that's the go-to site for the entertainment gossip, and a whole bunch of other things. So that's impressive. They've been around for a while. Do you see yourself doing any work with them over there, or have you done some work with World Star?
Yeah, right now I'm actually working with them to I shave down the prices for artists in order to get promotion on their sites, on their social media, their Instagram, YouTube, and to get on their website. I work with my family member in order to lower the prices a little bit, because it's not built for everybody's pockets. So I've been working to provide people with a little bit of a way to accommodate them a little bit for the upcoming artists that may not have the label backing that can just throw $1 million at whatever promotion that they want, So
right.
Yeah, so I've been.
That's cool. So now, how do you recruit your artists that do the battle of the beats, like that go back and forth? Are people submitting something somewhere in order to become someone that you are interested in, matching up with another person? How does someone get in touch with you if they are interested in that?
Well, in the beginning, I literally honestly started this earlier this year, and it's been pretty dope how far it's come at this point. Started just literally with my two friends, and then branched out to people seeing what I was doing and then hitting me up to be on it. If I knew some rappers personally, I would be like, "Yo, would you be interested in doing it?" And then they would say yay or no, and then they'd be down to do it. And it just, the more buzz that came around it, and as the audience grew and with the consistency of it, I was dropping it every Sunday for a long time. So, the audience that was watching the show, and I treat my Instagram and my YouTube like a TV network already. So it's like everything that I come out with is a show that is going to be recurring. So I don't even come out with something if I don't feel like I'm going to be able to continue it, unless it's like
right.
some short form type of content or like a skit or something. But when I come out with a show,
Right.
I'm only coming out with it on my page. It's only coming out because you're going to see it multiple times. So with Kill That Beat, I just kept, and people would hit me up for it, hit me up to compete. I have producers send me beats for it, so I'm using both, and up and coming producers' beats, and then the two artists are up and coming artists as well, and they're battling against each other. And what's really dope is that like I have artists tell me after they compete that they listen to each other's music and they actually start building a connection. And I've seen it a lot.
Right.
They like respect each other's verses that they delivered, and then they like follow each other and they'll conversate. And I've had artists tell me that, which is really dope, just bringing people together. But if you're trying to get on Kill That Beat, you can either hit me up on my production page, Taylor Elajas, or my personal page, which I'll probably see faster, which is I am Taylor Elajas, pronounced I am Taylor Elajahs. But yeah, I've been doing it since like March, and I just hope we can continue to turn it into even bigger and better outside of just digital space. I'm trying to make it like a live thing as well, and that's the next step for that.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty cool concept. I know I have a artist that I definitely want to send your way, and he's he's my cousin. He's been rapping and doing his thing for a few years now, and he's out of Tampa, Florida. And I'm definitely going to shoot him your info so he can submit it to you. And since we've been talking, I know of a producer. He's a dear friend to me that I'm going to want to put you in touch with after the show. Maybe I'll just text you and text him too to reach out and see if it's okay, and leave him your number. His name is Teddy Ted, and Teddy he created Awesome Duo with him and another brother, but he also produces for old school hip hop artists such as Nice and Smooth. I'm not quite sure if you're familiar with them. And he does work with Positive K and a few other hip hop artists that are old school from back in the day. So I definitely want to put you in touch with him since he is in Jersey and works in the city in various different studios and things such as that. That might be a good connect for you to have. For the old school artists, I know you always feature new young millennials, things that we're doing, but you can pay tribute to the old sometimes too. they did pave the way. So what do you think about some